BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzyme. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Hi, this is Devin Lockett, the president of JobSite Route. As the son of a general contractor, I know how difficult it can be to get good food on the job site. And letting your construction workers leave the job site to buy lunch just takes valuable time away from them being on the site. I've developed an app and a program that will bring a steady stream of food trucks to your job sites every month for the low price of only $100 per month per site. That comes up to about $3 per day to have a steady stream of food trucks coming to your job sites all day, every working day. You can also contact the food trucks ahead of time and pre-order your food from the menu on our app. This saves valuable time for your construction workers and for you. It also sends a variety of delicious food served on Southern California food trucks to your job sites all day. When you think about it, it only makes sense to join the JobSite Route Network.
And I bring the train every time. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm here. I'm up very early, as you can see. It's very early out here on the West Coast. I got some early morning inspiration I want to share with you, so you get the benefit of seeing me sleepy-eyed and actually with a fresh heart. Okay, I'm actually sharing something from the heart. Okay, this is my early morning inspiration. You know, there are a lot of crybabies. I'm just going to say that. There are a lot of people that represent victimization, and I don't want to fall into that category. I don't ever want to represent that category. But I have to also give credit to the validity that lies within their message, right? Within their various messages. And I don't ascribe to the overall paradigm of victimization. I don't recommend that for any human being. I don't recommend that anybody ascribe to thinking of themselves or submit to thinking of themselves as a victim. I think that's very destructive. I think really it leads one into defeatism and depression, and what it really does, my cat is trying to get my attention here. What it really does is it inspires you or de-inspires you to a point where you don't take advantage of that which lies before you, of that which is yours to have and to enjoy. And this is not something for most of us, really, especially Americans, to take lightly. Okay, this is not a good way for us to pass our lives. All right, it makes you afraid to try. It makes you fear trying. When you think of yourself as a victim, it makes you you're defeated. You're already defeated before you get off your ass and even do anything. And I definitely do not recommend that. That is not what I recommend at all for anyone. Now, I spend my time facing the world and fighting. All right. That's what I recommend, and that's what I'm trying to promote for my children, and that's what I'm really trying to promote for the people who are subscribed to this channel. I'm not going to paint the picture any differently than I do, right? Than I normally paint it, which is as realistic as I can make it, right? So I'm just going to tell you straight up. To that end, victimization is destructive. If you don't face the world, if you don't get up and take what's yours, victimization is destructive. Okay. So many of us don't even try that it's obvious. It has obvious effects on our world, on our society, and on our own quality of life. I wish there were more soldiers to fight alongside with us, but that's not the case in today's world. For the alphas, for the men, okay? For the men of our society, all right? For what you see right in front of you. The effects of this are manyfold and destructive. We all know the effects of fatherlessness on our children and on our society. We know yes, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe and click the bell for notifications and everything. We know the incidence of male suicides. We know the lack of masculine leadership, the effects of the lack of masculine leadership in the world today. We realize that. We realize what that's all about. And we see the effects ripple down many generations. All right. I face the world every day. I don't have a choice, right? And I think, this level of individuation is something that everyone should strive for, that every adult should strive for. in this world, especially every male adult. What I'm going to tell you is the facts that the crybabies present are actually true. They are all out to get you. Now let's examine why. Okay, every time you stand up, you will encounter resistance. That's just part of life. That's just part of being a man in this world. Okay, there's objective resistance that everybody encounters. All right, just having to, pay the bills, having to stand on your own 2 feet, having to face the zero-sum game of life. And there's the additional sociological or perhaps social pressure that comes from the ubiquitous adherence to the paradigm that's broadcasted to the world through old and new media. Okay? You got to remember, I come from the world when there were only 3 channels on the television, and even at that time, the television had an inordinate amount of influence over our culture, over society, and over the way we think and over the way we view the world. This became really obvious to me when I went overseas, because when you come across people, when you encounter people either in a foreign country or new arrivals to this country from a foreign country, whose only impression of the United States is that which they have seen on the television, it's distinctly different from the reality. And we kind of, patiently sigh and smile and just understand that eventually they are going to get it. They are going to, realize what life in America really is, and that they may have had a little bit too much television, right? But then again, there are a lot of us that suffer from too much television syndrome. All right. I personally remain as detached as possible from that zeitgeist, right? That time ghost. The universal orchestrated paradigm that's pumped into us by Big Brother on behalf of our hidden masters, right? Detachment from the zeitgeist means freedom for me, right? I don't even have television in my home. I don't play that. I'm connected to the internet because I am, a person who does business on the internet. But as far as, television news or anything like that, nah, I'm not even gonna consider it. And I don't want my children to be, exposed to it either. Whether they realize it or not, people believe in the zeitgeist a lot more than they would care to admit. And you have to, while freeing yourself, you have to free yourself understanding that you still exist in a world where everybody around you is still deeply enmeshed in that paradigm or in that zeitgeist, or they're very, very dependent upon the world as it is dictated to them. Not enough people are very comfortable in themselves or with their own thoughts or with their own opinions. They have to not only adhere to the broadcasted collage, assemblage, melange, bombardment of subtle depictions of life and the way things are supposed to be, but they cling very deeply to their own identity within that, right? Well, I'm a leftist, or I'm from the right, or I'm a this, or I'm a that, or I'm a neo this, or I'm a whatever. And it's funny and interesting to watch from being detached, but it's also kind of scary because you never know how far these people will go in their zeal toward that identity, the identity that they've decided to hold on to within the zeitgeist. Okay, detachment from the zeitgeist means freedom. It means ownership of one's mind. This is George Orwell's nightmare. We are existing in George Orwell's nightmare right now. Okay.
Even superheroes and supermodels need a daily dose of nutrients to help make life more super. BiomedRx Supplements is making it easy to get exactly what you need. From kids to seniors, they've got something for everyone. Pretty cool, right? Check out their products at BiomedRxSupplements.com.
I hate to go to a commercial on such a sour note, right? Talking about the fact that this is Orwell's nightmare. Like I said, some people do admit that they have no problem accepting that they're plugged into the message, and they're not only plugged in, but they are proudly representing whatever niche within that zeitgeist or within that cultural paradigm that within which they identify, within which they personally identify. I don't really care. It really doesn't matter what level of enmeshment a person has in the control of Big Brother through old and new media. What I'm talking about is the messages itself, the paradigm itself. Look at it from an outside, from a detached, esoteric perspective, right? And say, okay, now this is an orchestra, or this is a theater, right? This is a great theater with many stories happening simultaneously inside. What do all of those stories have in common? The disenfranchisement of you. If not benign neglect, the outright disenfranchisement of you. And this is actually empowering because it makes the situation predictable. You see? You can expect at the very least benign neglect and at the very most outright disenfranchisement. From every particular level within that structure, within that zeitgeist, from every level, from every story within that theatrical framework, you can understand that. And since I'm bringing another train, I'm going to get started with my day. All right, I'm here from one train to another. I don't say this to discourage you. This is motivation, okay? Those who represent the cure are the ones that are bringing the poison. You got to be careful and understand that, all right? The motivation of clarity. I'm trying to bring you the motivation of clarity and understanding the truth head on. Face it and fight it because it's fun, all right? Truthfully, it is fun. This is the battle royale. Just understand that as they fight among each other, they universally hate you. This makes the atmosphere predictable as well as empowering, right? So hopefully you can, eat the meat and throw away the bones, as they say, and take what is actually inspirational in the message. I am not going to lie to you. I'm going to always give it to you straight. I'm going to always give it to you raw and uncut. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.